Once upon a time, Kingdom Builders wasn't a term that you would have heard around our church. My Church Loves You wasn't a phrase that we used. It certainly wasn't an event that we were putting on. Really, you have to go all the way back many years to understand that God was building a vision in our church. Back in 2020, a little virus showed up. Maybe you've heard about it, COVID-19. It changed so much, not only in our community, but church in general. Churches were told to shut down. We were new lead pastors. We had only been here a couple months, and we weren't really sure what to do. And we just simply started looking for ways that we could serve our community.
Yeah, so during that time, in the middle of so much chaos and uncertainty, a lot of good things really happened for our church. We just started looking for needs, and when we saw a need, we would find a way to fill them.
And there was a lot of needs.
So the first thing that we did was, when they shut down schools, we realized that some kids probably didn't have as much food as they needed at home. So we started doing lunch giveaways 3 days a week. We would just pack up a sack lunch and stand at the curb and have a drive-through line and give each kid a sack lunch for the day so they weren't missing out on that meal. And then we talked to some people who worked at the hospital, and they said that their vending machines were shut down and they
Apparently
couldn't
that
really
was
get
dangerous.
snacks. So we made up baskets, hospital baskets, and just filled them with snacks and drinks that were individually wrapped and delivered them to every department in the hospital here in Tawas.
Easter came along, and that was really weird because this was still, we were being told to shut down, and we couldn't imagine not having church on Easter Sunday, not being a part of the community on Easter Sunday. So what did we do?
Yeah, and there were a lot of people who were even scared to go to the store, or that things weren't accessible to them. So we decided to purchase over 100 Easter baskets, and we filled them for kids and passed them out alongside the road, just like we did the lunches.
The interesting part about that season, we weren't so much looking for opportunities. We were certainly praying for opportunities, but not really anything specific. But we just were listening to the needs of the community, and God was giving us a vision to meet that need in the community. He would give us another need in the community, and we would say, you know what, we can meet that need. Let's come alongside of Tawas and just meet that need.
What we didn't know during that season was that God was really preparing us and building a vision for what would become Harbor Church in July of 2020.
We felt like God was saying that we were going to be a harbor for this community. So in July of 2020, we decided to start calling ourselves what we believed that God was already calling us, Harbor Church. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just walked across the street with my daughter, Kylie, because we wanted to show you this. If you're wondering what's so bright in my glasses right now, it is this. It is our new church sign. Just got it installed today. New panels, new LED lights. This bad boy is bright. It is getting real, Harbor Church.
Yeah, so 2020 was a crazy year for us, but it really built the foundation for Harbor Church. That fall, when the teachers went back to school, we understood that it was a very uncertain time for them. Yeah. And so we just wanted to bless them, and that's when we made crates for every teacher in Tawas schools with supplies for all of their students.
In October of 2021, I preached a sermon series called My Church Loves You. Part of this sermon series, we got some yard signs printed up. Maybe you've seen those yard signs around town. Maybe you have one in your front yard. And we just really wanted to impart to our church this heart, this DNA that God had placed here, that we were gonna be a church that is all about our community. We're gonna be a church that pours into our community any way that we can. When we see a need, if we can meet that need, we certainly wanna meet that need. And man, from there, God birthed something. It was just a sermon series with some yard signs, but God was birthing something in our church during that time that was so beautiful. In September of 2022, we broke ground on our building project. We just sensed that God was telling us to prepare the house, prepare our facility, to truly be a place of hope, a place of freedom, a place of refuge. And that lasted, as you know, long into 2023. But we were able to, even during that time, just to find some ways to just partner alongside of our community. I remember doing the gas giveaway, giving away thousands of dollars of gas. And again, it was just a way that we could just simply meet a very basic need that everybody in our community had. And it would have been so easy in that season to live in such a way where our hands were close, because of all the money that we were pouring into this facility. But God was teaching us all along that the more we choose to live with our hands open, the more He has access to now replenish what we were pouring out. And He just did that so many times.
Yeah, right at the end of the building project, we just got a random call from Convoy of Hope saying, we have a semi-truck full of toys. Is there any way that you could give these away to people in your community? And that was the beginning of the birthing of My Church Loves You Christmas Edition.
Just came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere, and obviously we said, yes, of course we would love to give those away.
In addition to all the toys, we were able to bless each family that came with a complete Christmas dinner.
It was just so incredible, not only being able to bless families, but being able to pray with every family that came through here and just bless them. I think my favorite story that came out of that was one of the families that we were able to minister to started coming to our church shortly after that and have now just become a part of Harbor family. This past year in 2024, our My Church Loves You Christmas edition, they were here working alongside of us, volunteering, serving other families that were coming in the same place that they were just a year before. It was just so special.
2024 was a whirlwind.
Yes.
We did so much outreach, so much pouring out our love into this community. It was amazing. The most notable event probably was the My Church Loves You Summer Back to School event. But what a lot of people don't know is that during that same time, we were working in Tawas area schools to remodel all 3 of their teacher lounges.
That was an incredibly grueling season, not only on us, but the entire staff. We worked so hard on those teachers' lounges, but I would do it 10 more times if I had to. That became a catalyst for God to just continue opening new doors, new bridges being built. I'm just amazed at the relationships that were built in that season.
Yeah, since then, the school has even reached out to us about needs in the community, asking if we could meet those needs. And through that, we were able to build relationship with a single mom who has 4 kids and needed some help with some home repairs to make it through the winter. And we were able to come alongside of her and take care of those needs.
It's so amazing that we were able to complete the teachers' lounges just before My Church Loves You Summer Back to School event.
It was such an amazing event. It was more than we even imagined it would be. There were people lined up around the building and down the block 2 hours before the event even started. We were not expecting that, but it was just so awesome to see. We gave away almost 500 pairs of name brand tennis shoes.
That was my favorite part. Oh, helping kids shop for shoes. It was so much fun.
We cut about 100 kids' hair, and we did about 50 back-to-school sports physicals for students for free.
It was amazing. All the while throwing a humongous party out in the parking lot, making sure they were eating good, had the bounce houses out, just everything going out there, music. It was just an absolutely amazing day. I remember one moment just being able to sort of break away and take a walk out into the parking lot and just sort of do a 360. See the kids laughing and jumping around on the bounce house, see people eating a hot dog, see families getting prayed over, see the line was dwindling down, but still families waiting for new shoes or back to school haircuts. I think probably the most surreal moment of the day was seeing a family come that weren't just simply getting a new pair of shoes for their kids, but their only pair of shoes. They didn't have any shoes on their feet. And it was in that moment that I think just truly understood the impact of what God was allowing us to do that day, that God was literally allowing us to be His hands and feet.
My Church Loves You was the culmination for us of about a 5-year dream, but we know that God's not done yet.
Church, let's continue to live with our hands open, willing through a heart of generosity to to pour out, believing that God's going to continue to pour back in and through us. Church, thank you for being partners with us. Thank you for your generosity in Kingdom Builders. You are allowing God to fulfill His mission, His vision in our community, and it's so beautiful to be a part of.